James here with the Sawyer Family Reviews channel. Today is Wednesday, November 21st, 2018, and this is your weekly comic book pickups video. Every week, I pick up my boys at least one comic each, oftentimes it's more than one, and my daughter Gracie a book as well, even though she can't read. I pick up all my comics from Queen City Comics in Fairfield, Ohio, zip code 45014. Yeah, so this is that video, and this is this week. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so if you celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. Let's jump right in. Okay, first up is a book for Gracie. Disney tangled the series. There were no duck books this week, like DuckTales or Uncle Scrooge or anything. And she likes these tangled books when they come in. It's got really nice art. IDW does a fun job on this series. It's one of my favorite Disney movies to watch with her. So, yeah, that was a good one to pick up. Next up is a book for my friend Matt, actually. My buddy Matt really liked the G.I. Joe Transformers series that Tom Scioli did. I think that's how you say his name. Scioli, maybe? And so he has like every issue of that book. So when this GoBots book came in today, and it's by Tom Scioli, I was like, you know what? I'm going to grab that for him. I know GoBots are like the lesser form of Transformers. At least that's what we all thought as kids. Looking back at them, there were quite a few cool GoBots. So I snagged this for him because it looks like it's much in the same vein as those G.I. Joe Transformers books were. It's the same guy doing the art and writing, so I think he would enjoy it. This art reminds me of a lot of the like vintage stuff that was like secondary, not maybe the full-on comics, but maybe like little books and stuff that had like writing and then like one piece of art above the page. You know, kind of the not quite premiere art, but still has a nostalgic feel to it. And the pages all have this like printing to them where it looks like an old book. So I can get where there'd be a lot of fans of this guy's style and what he's doing. Yeah. So GoBots. Next up is a book for Blaze. I got him Marvel Knights #1 recently. I think he enjoyed it, so I got him Marvel Knights #2. In this story, all the characters from the Marvel Knights have kind of lost their memory. And in the last issue, we found Daredevil being reawakened kind of by Punisher. And this issue, he's still dealing with remembering everything. And Punisher is talking to Banner, it looks like. And as you can tell by the cover, he's going to reawaken Elektra. So it's an interesting story. I kind of don't still understand where it's coming from. If it's like a whole different universe or what. Oh, I forgot to say who did the stuff on this. Matthew Rosenberg and Donnie Cates doing the story. Matthew Rosenberg doing the script. And Nico Henrichan on the art. Okay. So yeah, I don't really know what's going on, but it's a fun read so far. I read the first one. I'll probably borrow the second one and read it as well. And let you know if Blaze is digging it. Oh, I will say Uncanny X-Men #2 came in today, and you won't find it in this batch because I read Uncanny X-Men 1 and it was no good. I'm sorry if you enjoyed it. I'm always appreciative if somebody can find enjoyment in anything, even if I don't. But I did not like it. I read the first story, and I get so annoyed by writers who feel like the characters should always be telling jokes. Like in the middle of a fight, all the characters are joking around. Even the bad guys are joking around. When characters are just standing there watching somebody else, they feel the need to fill the silence with jokes. And it was all that. The entire book just felt like jokes, 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 jokes. Funny comment, funny comment, funny comment, and it got really annoying. So by the time I finished the first story, I was like, you know what, I don't even read the rest of the stories in this book, and I just stopped. So that's why I'm not picking up Uncanny X-Men #2, and you don't see it in this stack, is because I did not enjoy Uncanny X-Men 1. Something that Keaton is enjoying, though, is Spider-Geddon. Here's issue 4. Very cool cover with the Superior Spider-Man and his Ock arms holding up the Scarlet Spider. This is a bunch of the Spider-Mans from different universes teaming up to take on the Inheritors. There's a Doc Ock team, and there's a Miles Morales team. It's based on a story by Dan Slott. Ugh. But Christos Gage is the writer. Yay. Jorge Molina and Carlo Barberi are the pencilers. So it's got really nice art, and Keaton so far has really enjoyed this book. I have not read all the issues. I think I'm going to wait till the whole thing's over, and then I'm going to borrow all his and read them. He really likes the fact that the PS4 Spider-Man appears. And we're getting close to the end game. I think the next issue is the final issue of this series. So that is for him. So we're trying to get these to stay without sliding all over the place. Next up is a book for Blaze, and that is Dread Final Judgment. from 2000 AD. Now, Judge Dredd is published by IDW, but 2000 AD still prints Dredd stuff, especially these Dredd movie tie-in books. I think these originally appear in 2000 AD in separate progs, and they get reprinted as a single book. Now, I have all the previous Dredd stuff reprinted as books that are based on the movie. I need to let Blaze borrow them so you can check them out, because he always talks about the Dredd film and wanting to see it and stuff. Yeah, it's a rated R film. He's getting a little older now, so it's about time he's probably going to be able to watch it pretty soon, I think. But I grabbed him this book because it's kind of a cool introduction to what the Dredd movie verse kind of looks like. I'm going to let him borrow the other ones too, but yeah, the Dredd movie was a lot of fun. And he loves Judge Dredd. He likes all the old stuff, the Eagle reprints, and he's read some of the IDW stuff. I don't think he's read any of the movie tie-in ones though, so that'll be fun. And last but not least is another book for Keaton, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse #1. I felt like this was a tie-in to the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie coming up, the Miles Morales CGI movie with Peter Parker Spider-Man coming into his universe. I feel like this is their kind of tie-in thing to it. It also features a special presentation of Spider-Man #1, the Miles Morales Spider-Man #1. But it feels like this maybe also kind of ties into the whole Spider-Geddon thing by this opening statement. Because it talks about the Inheritors coming, and how when there's trouble, all the Web Warriors team together and jump through the Spider-Verse to where there's trouble. So it's kind of like, I guess, a simplified explanation as to why they're all together. And so we've got like Spider-Punk, Spider-Ham, Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Man. So I guess a lot of them that are going to appear in that movie are in this book, and they have to fight some bad guys. And then there's a reprint of the Spider-Man #1 in here. So that'll be fun for Keaton. It's kind of like a double whammy of books. All right, and that is it today. No books for James. That happens quite often. As always, if you have any recommendations, leave them in the comments below. If you like our videos, please click like and subscribe and notify if you want. Other than that, I guess I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you guys again next Wednesday.